A new report shows the number of abortions performed all across the U.S. continue to increase following the Dobbs decision in 2022.
The data shows that 14,000 more abortions were performed nationwide in the first 3 months of 2024 compared to 2023. Fox 31 political reporter Gabrielle Franklin brings us a closer look at the numbers and what advocates are saying about them.
Yeah, Colorado is no exception to the nationwide trend of seeing a steady number of abortions in the wake of the Dobbs decision. And the new data is being revealed as the topic of abortion resurfaces on the campaign trail.
I think that abortion has become much less of an issue. It's a very small, I think it's actually going to be a very small issue.
Former President Donald Trump saying he thinks Americans have moved past the issue of abortion.
I don't think it's a big factor anymore, really. We've brought it back to the states. Everybody wanted it in the states.
A new report from the Society of Family Planning shows the number of abortions performed in America have been rising since 2022. In Colorado, the numbers have been steady. Data showing 6,500 abortions were performed in Colorado in the first 3 months of 2024. Advocates for reproductive health in Colorado noting two key takeaways from the data.
One was the increased availability of medication abortion through telemedicine due to COVID. And then to the Dobbs decision, which, I mean, people are now realistically looking at the potential for a national abortion ban, and they're like, well, if it's not available in the future, I want to take advantage of the choices I have now.
The data showing nearly 1,500 virtual-only abortion appointments have taken place in Colorado in the first 3 months of this year. The former president signaling he may be open to revoking access to the abortion pill. Groups like Cobalt saying they believe folks are getting abortion care while they can in states like Colorado, where shield laws that protect patients' privacy are in effect.
Said we expanded access because of COVID restrictions so that people could, see a doctor and get access to medication abortion over the internet and through the mail, and that trend has continued. People prefer that. It's a means to administer their own abortion privately.
And just as a reminder, there will be a question on this year's statewide ballot for Colorado asking voters if abortion should be protected in the state's constitution and if state health plans should pay for them. Reporting in Denver, Gabrielle Franklin, Fox 31.